Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, children. Good evening. My screen is visible. I've shared it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
My voice clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
All right, children. Now you have to tell me where we stopped in the last class. I think we finished the 9th one. Yes.
ma'am.
Let me show you the earlier one. Check this, children. Yes, I remember discussing this one. 8. Yes, yeah, 8 and 9, I think we finished in the last class. Looks like we have to continue from the 10th one, right? Please answer. Look into your notebook and tell me if I'm right. What happened, children?
10th question.
Yeah, okay, start working. Please write down the question. If angle 1 is equal to angle 2, find x.
Ma'am, 10th question we completed. Ma'am.
We completed the 10th one. All right, fine. So in this figure, you see 3 lines parallel to one another. AB is parallel to CD, is parallel to EF. And the lengths of some line segments are given to us. With that, we have to find the values of x and y. X and y. We need to find the values of x and y. So for this, we'll see the solution completely, and then we'll come back as to why we have to do all this. So consider the triangles ECD and EAB, children. Look at this. ECD, EAB. Please look at the triangles ECD and the triangle EAB. Now these triangles are similar to each other because CD is parallel to AB. So corresponding angles are equal. And E is the common angle. Please look at the triangle ECD, this one, and the whole triangle EAB. So you need to just look at these two triangles, not to get confused with the entire figure. So we have like this. This is E. This is E. This is C, and this is D. All right, and this is B, A. It's given that AB is parallel to CD. So corresponding angles are equal. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. Corresponding angles are equal. And you also see that E is the common angle. So you can write any two of these 3 pairs of equal angles. Any two, or you can write all the 3 and say AA or AAA similarity criterion. The 2 triangles are similar to each other. So those steps are not mentioned here, children. You know it. See, I have directly written triangle ECD similar to triangle EAB. AA. So you understand, this is how we prove that the 2 triangles are similar to each other. Now, once they are similar, corresponding sides are proportional. Once they are similar, their corresponding sides are proportional. Am I audible, children? Please say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, yeah. Now that the two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides are proportional. And we know that we can write 3 ratios. But you see that I've written only 2. The third one, even if you write it, no values are given. So what is the third one? Let's see what I have written. So I think missed out on EC by EA. Let's write that EC. Let's write EC by EA. You can just mention it, nothing wrong. EC by EA is equal to, please look at this. EC by, now that the triangle is similar, EC by EA, I've mentioned here, is equal to CS CD by AB is equal to ED by EB. ED by EB. So I've not mentioned this because look at EC by EA, EC by, okay, children, I'll tell you one thing, as of now, just write it, no problem. Just write it. Just write EC by EA, no issue. All right, now fill whatever values are given to us. So EC is not given, EC is not given, EA is also not given, EA is not given. So we have nothing to write there. Then CD by AB. What is CD? CD is X. AB is 6. I hope we're following. We need to take up these two triangles, prove that they are similar to each other. And once they're similar, their corresponding sides are proportional. So we have these 3 ratios which are equal. Now, the lengths of these line segments are given to us. So fill out. CDs, you can see here, CD is X, AB is 6, ED, where is ED? ED is Y, and EB, children, EB is 4 plus Y, or Y plus 4. So you can see it here. You can see it here. Now take up the other triangle. Can you see this one here like this? Wherein these 2 lines are parallel. This is parallel to this. Please tell me what is the name? What's the name of this triangle? A. What is this? What is this?
E, ma'am.
E. And what about this? Yeah, what about this?
D.
F. This one is C and this one is D. Please tell me if you don't understand. So now in this triangle, we have another triangle ACD. Let's prove that triangle ACD is similar to triangle ACF. ACD, AEF. Same procedure, AA or AAA similarity. The triangles are similar to each other because we have CD parallel to EF, right? So corresponding angles are equal. This angle of the small triangle is equal to this angle of the big triangle. This angle of the small triangle is equal to this angle of the big triangle. And this is the common angle. So AA or AAA similarity criterion, the 2 triangles, excuse me, the 2 triangles are similar to each other. Now once they're similar, ACD is similar to AEF. So we have AC by AE. I've written it here. See here, AC by AE is equal to CD by EF. You can see that also here. What is missing is AD. What is missing is AD by AF. AD by AF. This we have not written. This is what we have not written. Excuse me. Now let's fill out, children. So all these 3 ratios are equal. All right. Now what is CD given? CD is X. And what is EF? EF is 10. So X by 10 is equal to AC by AE. AC by AE. Where is AC? AC by AE is not known. AC by AE is not known. But by BPT in this triangle, see in this triangle, this is B. Please watch BA. I've already drawn it earlier. D and E. So in this triangle, these 2 lines are parallel. These 2 are parallel. This is 4. This is Y. So by BPT, since CD is parallel to AB, by BPT we have BD by DE is equal to AC by CE. By BPT we have BD by DE is equal to AC by CE. In triangle ABE, CD is parallel to AB. So by BPT, BD by DE is equal to AC by CE. And we have, but the ratio we have here is AC by AE. See the ratio here, AC by AE. AC by AE. So then we say BD by BE because we want AC by AE. Or we want AC by AE. See here we need AC. We want AC by AE. AC by AE. So then it is BD by BE. By BPT, you can see it here. I've mentioned it here. By BPT in this triangle ABE, you can see the triangle ABE. In triangle ABE by BPT, since CD is parallel to AB, we have BD by BE. Sorry, DE. BD by DE. See here, BD. Oh, I've written BD by. What do we need, children? We need AC by AE, right? Yeah, okay. All right, I've added it later. Okay, children, by BPT, I've written something else here. I'll tell you this. By BPT, listen to this. By BPT, BD by BE is equal to AC by AE. AC by AE. All right. By BPT, BD by BE is equal to AC by AE. So what is BD? 4. What is BE? 4 plus Y is equal to AC by AE. So BD by BE is 4 by 4 plus Y. So AC by AE is also 4 by 4 plus Y. Is also 4 by 4 plus Y. I should have mentioned that in the bracket here. You take it from me now. Look at the triangle. Look at the triangle ABE. ABE. Look at this triangle ABE, children. ABE. This one, this CD is parallel to AB. So we need to find AC by AE. We do not know AC by AE. We do not know AC by AE. But we can find AC by AE. How can we find AC by AE? Because we know in this triangle AEB, since CD is parallel to AB, BD by BE is equal to AC by AE. What is BD? 4. And what is BE? 4 plus Y. So 4 by 4 plus Y is equal to AC by AE. And that's what you see here. AC by AE is 4 by 4 plus Y. So we take up, these are the two triangles we take up. We take up the triangle EBA. See, I'm repeating from here. We take up this triangle EBA. Inside that we have this triangle EDC, the small triangle. We have the small triangle. Inside this whole triangle EAB. We prove that they are similar. See, like this, we prove that they are similar. And write out the ratio of the corresponding sides. Write out the ratio of the corresponding sides. You can write all the three, but you can fill only these two. You can fill only these two. Or if you want, you can also find. See, since it can be, you can also find AC by EA here. I found it here. That's all. You will only go ahead with two ratios. You don't need all the three. So here I've written the ratios where we know the values. Then the other triangle is AEF. AEF is the other triangle, wherein CD is parallel to EF. So prove that the triangles ACD and AEF are similar to each other. That's what you see here. Write out the proportion. Now in this proportion, we have the values of CD by EF straight away, x by 10. We do not know AC by AE. We do not know AC by AE. We do not know AC by AE. So we find AC by AE by using BPT, which is equal to 4 by 4 plus y, and that's what we've substituted here. Now add these two proportions. Add these two. Add the LHS, add the RHS. So see here, I've called this 1, I've called this result 1, I've called this result 2. This one is result 2. This one. And 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 gives. See here. Add the LHS. X by 6 plus x by 10 is equal to y by 4 plus y plus 4 by 4 plus y. X by 6 plus x by 10. I showed you here. X by 6 plus x by 10 is equal to y by 4 plus y plus 4 by 4 plus y. So then 4 plus 4, here 4 plus y is the common denominator. 4 plus y is the common denominator. 4 plus y. 4 plus y is the common denominator. Then we have y plus 4 in the numerator. Y plus 4 or 4 plus y. 4 plus y, see a common denominator. Both have the same denominator, 4 plus y. So y plus 4 or 4 plus y again in the numerator. So this becomes 1. 4 plus y by 4 plus y, 1. And out here you can take out x common. So, or see, even without taking x common, you can directly take the LCM also, children. You can directly take the LCM. You don't have to take x common. You can work, see, working you can do it in your comfortable style. I have taken out x common. It's not that you have to take out x common. So take up the common denominator. So we get x into 8 by 30 is equal to 1. So x is equal to, that's 1 here, right? So this will go for division to the, as it's reciprocal to the other side. 8 by 30 becomes 30 by 8 on the other side. So 1 into 30 by 8, which is 30 by 8, 15 by 4 or 3.75. Now we need to find the value of y. We need to find the value of y. We found the value of x. We need to find the value of y. So use any one of these. Use any, we found the value of x. We found x. You can substitute x here and find y. Or you can use this one. You can substitute x here and then find y. So I substituted in 2. You can see here. Substitute x is equal to 3.75 in 2. Substitute and find the value of y. Please work this now. You can use, I told you these, of the 3 I've written 2 here. As you work, if you're using a different ratio, you can ask me if you have any questions. Please work it now.
Ma'am?
Yes, Arna.
Ma'am, what is the second condition of this angle 1, angle similarity? One is angle E is equal to angle E for triangle ECT and triangle EAB. What is the second one, ma'am?
These 2 lines are parallel, right? This line is parallel to this line, right? So corresponding
Yes,
angles are equal. This angle is equal to this angle. Corresponding angles are equal.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Children, please work now. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So remember, we need to first prove that ECD is similar to EAB. Then ACD similar to AEF. So here we do not know the value of AC by AE, but it can be found using BPT. AC AC by AE can be found using BPT, which is equal to BD by BE. 4 by 4 plus Y. Because DE alone is Y. DE is Y. DE is Y. So BE will be 4 plus Y. And then we need to add these two proportions. We need to add these two proportions. When we do that, we'll be able to find the value of X. Once we find X, we substitute and find the value of Y. So in this one, we have an isosceles triangle ABC. The base AB is produced both the ways. Isosceles triangle ABC, that means angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Base is AB. The equal sides are AC and AB. AC and BC, sorry. Base is AB. The base is AB. If AB is the base, that means AC and BC are the equal sides. Here, ABC is the isosceles triangle. Base AB. That means the equal sides are AC and BC. Now this base AB is produced both the ways. So it's like BA is produced to P and AB is produced to Q. Such that AP into BQ, AP into BQ is equal to AC square. So this condition is given. It's produced in such a way that AP into BQ is equal to AC square. We need to prove that these two triangles APC and BCQ, these two triangles are similar to each other. We need to prove that these two triangles are similar to each other. Let's see the information again. ABC is an isosceles triangle. AB is the base. ABC is the isosceles triangle. AB is the base. That means AC and BC are the equal sides, which means angle 1 is equal to angle 2. The side A, the base AB is produced both the ways, such that AP into BQ is equal to AC square. So with this, we need to show that APC, this triangle, is similar to this triangle BCQ. So children, angle 1 is equal. Now we need to write out, we can write out one pair of equality in these two, one pair of equal angles in these two triangles, because we know angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. 180 minus angle 1 will be equal to 180 minus angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So 180 minus angle 1 will be equal to 180 minus angle 2. And what will be 180 minus angle 1? It is equal to angle 3. And 180 minus angle 2. 180 minus angle 2 is equal to angle 4. So we get a new pair of equality. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. And you can see that angle 3 is of this triangle APC and angle 4 is of this triangle BQC. So we have this angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So one pair of equal angles. Then use this information given here. AP into BQ is equal to AC square. You can form a proportion from this. Let's see the line segments AP. AP is of which triangle? APC. BQ. BQ is of triangle BQC. And then we have AC square here. AC square. Now AC square is nothing but AC into AC. And that's nothing but AC into BC. Because AC is equal to BC, right? So AC into AC can be written as AC into BC. So if you look at the line segments used here, if you look at the line segments, AP is of this triangle, APC, BQ is of this triangle, BQC. Here we have AC square, which is AC into AC, which is nothing but AC into AB. Oh my God, why am I saying AB again? AC square is AC into AC. And since AC is equal to BC, since AC is equal to BC, you can write AC into AC as AC into BC. Now, when you observe the 4 line segments, you will see that 2 is of this triangle, 2 is of the other triangle. That is, when I say this triangle, it is triangle APC. The other triangle is BQC. So we need to prove that they are similar to each other. So see, now this one, this equality has 4 line segments, 2 of which are of this triangle, 2 of which are of this triangle. And you can make a proportion from this, because 4 line segments we have right here. So you can make a proportion. Something by something is equal to something by something. A side of this triangle, a side of triangle APC by a side of triangle BQC is equal to a side of triangle APC, another side of triangle APC by another side of triangle BQC. You see the proportion? See the proportion? This is what is given. AC square can be written as AC into AC. Make the proportion from that AP. AP is of one triangle. Just bring down AC. Have this AC here. Bring down BQ. Children, see here, I've written this AP as it is. There are 2 ACs here. Bring one of it down here. We are trying to make a proportion, meaning one ratio is equal to another ratio. So this AP here, this AC comes down, is equal to, write this AC here, this BQ comes down. Is this understood? Okay, children, yeah, children are so hesitant to say yes or no, I don't know. So I'll just be forced to go ahead, that's all. I am concerned. I'm concerned about all of you. You should also be concerned about me. When I ask a question, you must have the responsibility to answer. When you don't do that, what do I do? All right, so from this we make this proportion. And now look at the numerator AP. AP is of the triangle. AP is of the triangle APC. So in the numerator, we'll have the line segments of APC. In the denominator, we'll have the line segments of BQC. Because AP is in the numerator, AP is in the numerator, AP is of triangle APC. So the AP is a side of triangle. This is a triangle side of the triangle APC of triangle APC divided by AC. AC. It should be of the other triangle. AP of one triangle, and it should be a side of the other triangle. So instead of AC, we'll make it BC. See, and instead of AC, we'll make it BC. Why are we changing this to BC? Because only then it will be of the other triangle BQC. It will be of the other triangle BQC. See, just change this. This is of triangle APC. This is of triangle APC. So the denominator should be of the other triangle BQC. The denominator should be of the triangle BQC. So write this AC as BC because we know that they are equal. AC is equal to BC. So why instead of AC we write BC is because BC because AP is of the triangle APC divided by BC of triangle BQC. AP of triangle APC by AP of triangle APC by BC of triangle BQC. BC of triangle BQC is equal to, write this as it is. Don't change both the ACs. Make one AC as BC because they are equal. So you have a numerator triangle APC and denominator we have triangle BQC is equal to, see, numerator again AC is of the triangle is of this triangle APC, the first triangle APC, and the denominator BQ is of the triangle BQC. numerator sides of triangle APC. Denominator, we have the sides of the triangle BQC. In the numerators, we have the sides of triangle APC. In the denominator, we have the sides of triangle BQC. Side of one triangle by a side of the other triangle is equal to side of one triangle by the side of the other triangle. We found a proportion like that using the equation given to us. So now this is a proportion which is true on the two triangles, and the angle included by the sides AP and AC is angle 3, and the angle included by the sides BQ and BC, which we have mentioned there in the proportion, is angle 4. So angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. We already mentioned that here. See, included angles equal. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. And they are the included angles because AP, we have mentioned about AP and AC in the numerator, and we have mentioned about BQ, or we have mentioned about BC and BQ in the denominator, which contains angle 4. So angle 3 is equal to angle 4, common angle. I'm sorry, angles are equal. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Because 1 is equal to 2, 180 minus 1 is 180 minus 2, which means 3 is equal to 4. So this is an equality of angles, and then here sides proportional. Sides are proportional. So by the SAS similarity criterion, the two triangles are similar to each other. Let's do it again. So the thing is, we have to show that this triangle is similar to this triangle. These two triangles are similar to each other. Okay, that's what we have to do. So for that, we start like angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because it's an isosceles triangle. 180 minus angle 1 is equal to 180 minus angle 2. From 180 degrees, if you subtract angle 1, the answer will be angle 3. Like for example, if angle 1 is 50 degrees, 180 minus 50 is 130, which will be this angle 130. If this angle is 50 degrees, 180 minus 50, 130 will be this angle. So 180 minus angle 1 will give us the measure of angle 3, and 180 minus angle 2 will give us the measure of angle 4. So in the two triangles, we have one pair of equal angles. In the two triangles, we have one pair of equal angles. Now, for the proportion, we have some equation given here. From this equation, we can get the proportion. If you see, AP is of this triangle, BQ is of the other triangle, and in AC square, we have AC into AC. But since AC is equal to BC, we have AC of one triangle and BC of another triangle. So you've checked all the 4 line segments. 2 are of triangle APC, 2 are the line segments of BQC. So you should carefully make the proportion like this. See, write out the equation given to you. Then this one. Then make the proportion out of it. Then after you make the proportion, the numerator AP is of APC. So the denominator should be of the other triangle, the denominator. So we make this AC as BC. We make the AC BC. Now this is of the first triangle, AC, and BQ is of the second triangle. So from A and B, sides proportional, include angles equal. So from A and B, the two triangles similar to each other. I don't know how much you finished, children. Finish this slide.
Only can you show the previous statement?
Yeah, I think I am in the question. See here.
Okay.
Yeah, 13th one, you can do it by yourself. Yes, all these also. Numerical situations using similar triangles and using similarity and BPT. Take a picture, children. These are simple. You can try it later. Take a picture.
Yes, ma'am.
What do we mean by show that BCDE are concyclic in question number 17?
Can you repeat, ma'am?
In question number 17, you can see that show that BCDE are concyclic. What do we understand by the term concyclic?
Ma'am, points A, B, and C touch the circumference of the circle.
Correct. Not A, B, and C, B, C, D, E. B, C, D, E.
Yes.
Yeah. So when we say that 4 points are concyclic, that means they lie on the vertices. I'm sorry, they lie on the circumference of a circle, or a circle can be drawn passing through these 4 points. If a circle can be drawn passing through the points B, C, D, and E, then the points are said to be concyclic. If we can draw a circle passing through all the 4 points B, C, D, and E, then the 4 points are said to be concyclic. But how do we show it in working that they are concyclic? We know that concyclic meaning it's a cyclic quadrilateral. BCDE is a cyclic quadrilateral.
For the cyclic quadrilateral, the adjacent angle should be 180 degree.
Very good. Adjacent angles must be supplementary. That's what you should prove. That's what you should prove. You must prove that adjacent angles are supplementary. See here. Here we have proved that angle 2 plus 3 is 180. We have proved that angle 2 plus 3 is 180. No, not adjacent. Opposite angles are supplementary. Opposite angles are supplementary.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Even I agreed with you. I'm sorry. So in a cyclic quadrilateral, both the pairs of opposite angles are supplementary, but since the sum of the 4 angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees, if one pair of opposite angles add up to 180, the other pair will also add up to 180 because their sum is 360 degrees. The sum of all the 4 angles in any quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So in this quadrilateral, if 2 plus 3 is 180, if I mark this as angle 4, 1 plus 4 also will be 180. So in a cyclic quadrilateral, it's enough if you show that one pair. It's enough if you show that one pair of opposite angles are supplementary. If I mark this 4, if I mark this angle 4, it's enough if we show that 1 plus 4 is 180 or 2 plus 3 is 180. Because if 2 plus 3 is 180, obviously 1 plus 4 also will be 180 because of the angle sum property in a quadrilateral. If 2 plus 3 is 180, 360 minus 180 is 180. So 1 plus 4 also will be 180. So in a cyclic quadrilateral, both the pairs of opposite angles are supplementary. But it is enough if you show one pair of opposite angles are supplementary because automatically the other pair of opposite angles also will be supplementary. Concyclic means they are the vertices of a cyclic quadrilateral. Concyclic means the points are the vertices of a cyclic quadrilateral. And if the vertices are if the points are the vertices of a cyclic quadrilateral, that means a circle can be drawn passing through all the 4 points. Now, how do we prove that they are concyclic? We must prove that opposite angles are supplementary. One pair of opposite angles are supplementary. So we have proved that 2 plus 3 is 180. In quadrilateral BCED, one pair of opposite angles, 2 plus 3 is 180. So it's a cyclic quadrilateral, and that means the points are concyclic. You need to spend time to understand this. It's simple. It's very simple. Took a screenshot, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this one also. So what you should understand is from all this, this means you should prove a proportion is true. See here, AC square is equal to CB into CD. AC square is equal to CB into CD. That means you must get a proportion. And when you cross multiply the proportion, you will get CA square is equal to CB into CD. So how will you get a proportion? You need to show the two triangles similar. And when the proportion is CA square, when it is CA square, that means you must show that two triangles which have CA or AC as a side are similar to each other. That means you should take up the triangles ACD because it has AC in it. It has AC in it. And the triangle ACB. ACB. When you have to get a result like this, AC square or CA square, that means you need to take up the triangles ACD. ACD. Why ACD? Because it has side AC in it. We have AC here. AC square. We want another AC. Only then you can get AC square. So if you take up triangle ACD, it has AC in it. And then you should take up the other triangle ACB because ACB also has ACB because ACB also has AC in it. So you must show that these two triangles, see the same triangle named in a different way. See ADC has AC in it. And the other triangle is ABC because it has AC in it. Children, these two triangles have AC as a side. If you take up the triangle ABD, it doesn't have AC as a side. So you should not take the triangle. So show that they are similar to each other. Everything is given to you. Show that they are similar. Write out name the triangles in the correct order. So they are similar by AA similarity criterion. Once they are similar, their corresponding sides are proportional. Cross multiply and you get that result. We have to prove a result like AC square. So you should take up two triangles which have AC as a side. So these two triangles have AC as a side. Take up the two triangles, prove that they are similar to each other. In similar triangles, corresponding sides are proportional. Write out the proportion, cross multiply, and you will get this result. AC square is equal to CB into CD. Yeah, do this now. Do this one now, children. Work this now. So how does converse of Pythagoras theorem work? If the square on one side in a triangle, if the square on one side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, then the angle opposite of the first side is a right angle. So see here, first, we don't know which is the longest side. You cannot make out from a minus 1 to 2 root a plus 1. It's difficult to make out which is the longest side. So square all of them separately. Square AB. See, when it's numerical, when I say 5, 6, 7, you know 7 is the longest side. But when you have, variables involved in the expressions, it's difficult to make out which is the longest side, whether it is AB, BC or AC, because you cannot make out anything from a minus 1, a plus 1 to root a. So we square them separately. Square AB square, square AB, square BC and square AC. That is, find AB square, find BC square, find AC square. Now you must identify the sum of which two expressions will give you the third one. You can add any two, not that you must add AB square and BC square. You must check if the sum of any two can give you the third one. You must check if the sum of any two can give you the third one. Any two. So that way when you check the sum of the first two, AB square and BC square, when you add both, a square minus 2a plus 1 plus 4a. When you add AB square and BC square, the result which you get is equal to AC square. The result which you get is equal to AC square. See, when you add the first two, see, you try to add these two. See if you're getting this one. So you see that. So you see that when you add AB square and BC square, the expression which you get is AC square. So AB square plus BC square is equal to A square plus 2A plus 1, which is equal to AC square. That means AC is the longest side, because the sum of the sum of the squares of these two sides is equal to the square on the third side. That means AC is the longest side, whichever is squared alone. This one, this is the longest side. So AC is the longest side. If AC is the longest side, angle B is the right angle. B is the right angle. It's always like that. See it? If AC is the longest side, if AC, you can mark it here or you can mark C here and A here, however you want. But anyways, if AC is the hypotenuse, A and C will be here. That means B is the right angle. B is the right angle. So by converse of Pythagoras theorem, triangle ABC is a right triangle, right angle at B. So what we have to do, we have to square the sides separately. Find AB square, find BC square, find AC square. And you must check the sum of which two gives you the third one. So here when we add AB square and BC square, the result which we get is equal to the square on the third side, AC square. So since AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square, by the converse of Pythagoras theorem, the angle opposite to AC, that is B, is a right angle. That means it's a right triangle. If one angle is 90 degrees, it's a right triangle. Right? Any questions here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. So you know how to check if the sides, we have the lengths of the three sides given of a triangle. We need to check if they are right triangles. So you know this. If a square, you need to assign the biggest value to C. C is always the greatest value. C is the greatest. See here, into C is 8. It's not the order. 3, 8, 6. Don't go by the order. It's not A, B, C in this order. The longest side is C. The remaining two, A and B. Anything can be A. The other one is B. But for C, it is always the longest side. C, it's always the longest side. So don't take A, B, C in the order. Don't say this is A, this is B, and this is C. No. 8 is the longest side. So C is 8. Then 3 and 6 are A and B. All right. So here in 4, 13 is the longest side. So that will be C. 13 is C. The remaining two, 12 and 5, anybody can be A, the other one will be B. A can be 12 and B can be 5, or A 5 and B 12. So if A square plus B square is equal to C square, it's a right triangle. Otherwise, it's not a right triangle. All right. See the second one. This is exercise 6.5, children, the last exercise in NCERT. So whenever we need to get a result like this, PM square, show that PM square is equal to QM into MR. PM square clearly says that you'll have to take up two triangles which has PM as a side. And show that those two triangles are similar, proportion, cross multiply, you will get this result. You see here. Yeah. All right. So this is the triangle given to us, children, PQR. Triangle PQR is given. PQR is a right triangle. Right angle at P. PQR is a right triangle, right angle at P. From the vertex P, that is from the vertex containing the right angle. A perpendicular is drawn to the hypotenuse QR. A perpendicular is drawn hypotenuse QR. PQR is a right triangle. PQR is a right triangle, right angle at P. From this vertex P, an altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, or a perpendicular is drawn to the hypotenuse QR. So PM is an altitude, or PM is perpendicular to QR. We need to show that PM square is equal to MR into MQ. We need to show that PM square is equal to MR into MQ. So from PM square, we can make out that we have to take up the triangles PMR and P, triangles which have PR as a side. Sorry, PM as a side. PM square, right? PM square. So you should take up PMR and PMQ. You must take up PMR and PMQ, because only then the two triangles have PM. And you can, when you write the proportion, you will get PM 2 times, and so you will get PM square. Now the thing is, how do we show that these two triangles are similar? How do you show that this triangle is similar to this triangle? Do we understand how to choose the triangles, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Which are the two triangles we need to prove are similar? Which two triangles have to be proved similar?
PMR and PMQ.
PMR and PMQ. Why? Why should we take those?
Because in the to prove they have asked that PM square is equal to Q into QR, ma'am. And as QM into MR, ma'am, and as QM is in triangle PMQ and RM is the triangle PMR, we can choose two triangles.
Okay, that's another way of saying, but remember this, what did I say? I said something else. I said PM square. PM square, that means PM happens 2 times, PM into PM. So we need to take up two triangles that have PM as a side. So that means PMR, PMQ. PMR has PM, PMQ also has PM. Now, how do we show that these two triangles are similar to each other? One is angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees, because angle 1 of this triangle is equal to angle 2 of this triangle, 90 degrees. Now we have no other information. We have no other information. So now write out in this triangle PMR, what is angle 2 plus angle 5? Sorry, angle 3 plus angle 5, because in triangle P. Now 1 minute. Children, is triangle PMR a right triangle? Is triangle PMR a right triangle?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Which is which is the angle which is 90 degrees? Angle
Ma'am,
3, 5. 3, 5 or 2?
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
2, ma'am. Yeah, leave that angle 2. Which are the remaining two angles?
3 and 5, ma'am.
What is 3 plus 5?
90 degree, ma'am.
90. That is one result. What is 3 plus 4?
90 degree, ma'am.
And in the other triangle PMQ, which angle is 90 degrees?
Angle 1, ma'am.
Angle
Then
1.
which are the remaining two angles?
4 and 6, ma'am.
So if angle 1 is 90, 4 plus 6 is also 90. Please write these results. Which are the results you have to write? Take up the two triangles. In the triangle PMR, in this triangle PMR, angle 2 is 90 degrees. So leave that. Angle 2 is 90. Leave that. Angle 3 plus 5 will be 90. 3 plus 5 is equal to 90. Because angle 2 is 90. Now 180 minus 90 is 90. So 3 plus 5 will be 90. In the other triangle, angle 1 is 90. So the sum of the remaining two angles, 4 plus 6, will be 90. And one more 90 we have. 3 plus 4 is equal to 90. So these are the pairs of angles which are complementary. These are the pairs of complementary angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So in one triangle, we have 3 plus 5 is 90. In another triangle, we have 4 plus 6 is 90. And then here we have in the whole triangle, the big triangle, we have 3 plus 4 is 90. So they are the results you see here, A, B, C. When you compare the results, you should compare, we have 3 results, compare it with 3 plus 4 is 90 because this is the right angle in the whole triangle. This is the right angle in the whole triangle. Compare the other results with 3 plus 4 is equal to 90. Compare the other results which 3 plus 4 is 90. So we have 3 plus 5 is 90, right? So 3 plus 5 is 90, 3 plus 4 is 90. That means 3 plus 4 is equal to 3 plus 5. 3 on either side gets cancelled, so we have 4 is equal to 5. Now, see 3 plus 4, compare the other one with 3 plus 4. So 4 plus 6 is 90. 3 plus 4 is also 90. This is the basis for this 3 plus 4 is 90, keep it standard because that is the one which is in both the triangles. Let me show you again. See here, this 3 plus 4 is 90 is what is in both the triangles, 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is 90. Compare this with 3 plus 4 is 90 and compare this with 3 plus 4 is 90. 3 plus 5 is equal to 90 is from one triangle. 4 plus 6 is equal to 90 is from another triangle. 3 plus 4 is equal to 90 is from both the triangles. 3 and 4 from 3 from one triangle, 4 from the other triangle. 3 plus 4 is 90. So compare the other two results with 3 plus 4 is 90 because it's from both the triangles. 3 plus 5 is from one triangle. 4 plus 6 is from the other triangle. But 3 plus 4 is from both the triangles. 3 is from one triangle, 4 is from the other triangle. So what I'm saying is compare. So this is from one triangle. 3 plus 5 is 90. 4 plus 6 is 90 is from another triangle. Compare these two, compare this and this with 3 plus 4 is equal to 90. So that means in both the cases we have 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 here and 3 plus 4 here. Okay. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 3 plus 5 because everywhere the sum is 90. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 3 plus 5. 3 gets cancelled on both the sides. So we have angle 4 is equal to angle 5. Similarly, 3 plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 6. 4 gets cancelled on both the sides. Angle 3 is equal to angle 6. So now look at these results. We already have angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because 90 degrees. We already have this one. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees in the two triangles PMQ and PMR. And now we have, see here, now we have a result like this 3 plus 4 is equal to 5. And we have another result 3 is equal to 6. So when you look at the results 1, 2 and 3, angle 1 is equal to angle 2, angle 4 is equal to angle 5, angle 3 is equal to angle 6. So in the two triangles, we have 3 pairs of equal angles. So by triple A similarity, it's enough if you write any 2. I've just shown all the 3. You can write any 2. So by AA or triple A similarity criterion, the two triangles similar to each other. Once you are similar, write the proportion. Write the proportion which has PM, that's all. Write only the proportion that has PM. This proportion has PM. And this proportion also has PM. The third proportion will not have PM in it. So don't write it. Because this is sufficient to cross multiply and get PM square. So in similar triangles, corresponding side the proportional, write the proportion, cross multiply, and you get PM square is equal to QM into MR. Please work this, it's important. Please work it now in the class. So the figure is a right triangle. From the vertex containing the right angle, we have a perpendicular on the hypotenuse. That's the situation. We have a right triangle PQR. Right angle at P. From the vertex containing the right angle, that is from P, we have an altitude on the hypotenuse QR. Or PM is perpendicular to QR. Given this, we need to prove that PM square is equal to QM into MR. So I said PM square. Take up two triangles which have PM as a side. PMR, PMQ. Show that they are similar. So here by AAA similarity, they are similar. Write the proportion. In similar triangles, corresponding sides are proportional. Write we need to get PM square. So in one ratio, PM should be in the numerator. In the other ratio, PM should be in the denominator. Then only you can cross multiply and get PM square. So write the ratios that have only PM. Don't write the third ratio. If you write it also, it's not going to be used, that's all. So here we have PM into PM. PM square is equal to RM into MQ. And what results to write here? See, we write three results, no? A, B, C. A, B, C. What results do we write here? We write one from this triangle, one from this triangle, and one from the whole triangle. One from the whole triangle. One from this triangle. 3 plus 5 is 19. One from this triangle. 4 plus 6 is 19. And one from the whole triangle. In the whole triangle, you have 3 here and 4 here. 3 plus 4 is 19. So we write one pair of complementary angles from both the from all the three triangles. We compare this and this. 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is 90 is from both the triangles because 3 is from one triangle, 4 is from the other triangle. So this is like the the main equation. So we compare this with this and this with this. So when you do that, you get two more equalities. Angle 4 is equal to angle 5. Angle 3 is equal to angle 6. Yeah, so by AAA, the two triangles are similar, proportion, cross multiply, and result. Now I want all of you to do this correctly. Now you know how to choose the sides. AB square. So two triangles which have AB and AB square. So two triangles which have AB as a side. ABC, ABD. Yes, do this all of you. I've numbered 1, 2, 3 like this. So you also use these numbers. Yeah. I'll just get back, children. Please work this. Nothing. You just have to take, because you see the figure is the same. Okay. Angle A is the right angle. See your children. Right angle at A. Right angle at A. This is 90 degrees. Please try. I'll just get back. So what kind of triangle is ABD?
Ma'am,
ABD,
right angle.
it's a right angle triangle. Yeah, right angled at
A, ma'am.
A.
right angled at A. What do we see from the vertex A?
Ma'am, a perpendicular drawn bisecting the AC.
No, it doesn't bisect. So we
Ma'am,
see a
it's drawn from
perpendicular.
AC to BD.
Yeah, so we see that from the vertex containing the right angle, A is 90 degrees. So from that vertex, we see an altitude on the hypotenuse BD or AC perpendicular to BD as given in the question. AC is perpendicular to BD. These are two things we should have. We should have a right triangle. We must have a right triangle. And from the vertex containing the right angle, there should be an altitude on the hypotenuse. So given a situation like this, we need to prove AB square is equal to BC into BD. So which are the two triangles we need to take up? Sorry.
Triangle ABC and
Ma'am,
triangle
ABC, DPA, ma'am.
OBD.
ABC and ABD. 1 minute. I forgot the numbers. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, tell me. So in triangle ABC, which angle is equal to which angle in triangle ABD?
Ma'am, angle C is equal to angle A. Ma'am. Angle ACD is equal to angle A.
Oh, angle ACD you meant, is it? Okay, angle
Yes,
ACD is equal to angle A, correct.
Yes,
Next.
Angle CBA equal to angle DBA. Common angles.
Common angle. CBA is equal to DBA.
Yes, ma'am.
CBA is equal to DBA. Common angle. Very good. Then the triangles are similar. Proportion, cross multiply, you will get the result. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the same for AC square. How do we do AD square? Which are the two triangles we need? No. How do we do for AC square, children? Not AD square, AC square.
ACB and DCA. I want to take, ma'am.
ABC and ACD.
ACB and DCA.
For the second one, which are the two triangles?
ACB and DCA. Ma'am.
Okay, ACD, this one, and BC. Yeah, BC.
DCA.
Why? Because when it is AC square, you need to take up the two triangles that have AC as a side. ACB has AC in it, ACB, and ACD because it has AC in it. You need to take up two triangles that have AC as a side. ACB, ACD. How do we show that they're similar? In both the triangles, we have this angle equal to this angle 90 degrees. In ACB, this is 90, and in ACD, this is 90. After that, all right. So now you can mark off all the angles actually. But if you want to use double A, it's enough if you mark these angles. Whatever marked, I've marked this common angle, this one 90 degrees, this 90 degrees, and in one of the two triangles, I've marked the acute angles 2 and 3. In the whole triangle, I've marked this 90 degrees as 1 and 2. In the whole triangle, because this is the angle for comparing. Angle 1 plus 2 is 90. And also in one of the two triangles, you can take this triangle or this triangle, any one. I've marked the acute angles 2 and 3. So what is 2 plus 3? What is angle 2 plus angle 3? What is
90
angle 2
degrees.
plus 90 degrees? Angle 2 plus 3
90
is
degrees.
what is angle 1 plus 2?
90.
90.
90 degrees.
1 plus 2 is also 90. From this, what do you get? 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 3, right?
Angle 1 is equal to 3.
Yeah, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 3. Oh, sorry, angle 2 plus angle 3.
Angle 2 plus angle 3.
Yeah, correct. So 2 gets cancelled on both sides and we have angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Angle 1 is equal to angle 3. So angle 1 of the angle 1 of triangle ABC is equal to angle 3 of triangle ACD. I'm just giving you time to think. So in any one of the two triangles, mark the acute angles. Mark the acute angles. So this is common to both the triangles, this 90 degrees. This should be used. 1 plus 2 is equal to 90 should be used. And then in one of the other triangles, 2 plus 3 is 90. So on equating, we get angle 1 is equal to angle 3. One of one triangle is equal to 3 of the other triangle. Now this similar by doubly similarity, proportion, cross multiply, you will get AC square is equal to BC into DC. Same formula. See here. All right. Any questions here, children? Take a screenshot, you can do this.
Can you show the slide
Page
again?
3.
Oh, yeah, sure. This one, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Took screenshot, ma'am.
All right. Actually, this is very simple. You can take a picture. Yeah, this is also simple, children. Please take a picture, complete this. So here we just have to prove that the two triangles are similar, congruent to each other, BDA and CDA. We need to find the length of the altitude AD. And you can do that by using Pythagoras theorem. You can find AD using Pythagoras theorem. It's given the sides are 2A. Sides 2A. So you can see they are marked 2A. Now we need to find the altitude AD, this one, AD. And when you prove that these two triangles are congruent to each other, you'll find out that BD is equal to DA. BD is A units, DC is also A units. Equilateral triangle ABC, AD is the altitude. 2A is the side of the equilateral triangle. We need to find the length of the altitude AD. These two triangles will be congruent to each other. So CP, CTC, we'll get BD is equal to DC, A units. We'll get BD is equal to DC, A units, because the whole thing is 2A. Now apply Pythagoras theorem in right triangle ADC. Now in right triangle ADC, angle D is right angled. Angle D is right angled. So use Pythagoras theorem, AD square plus DC square is equal to AC square. Or you can use the other triangle also. You can use the other triangle AD square plus BD square is equal to AB square. Any one of the two triangles. Use Pythagoras theorem, substitute the values, and you will find that AD is equal to root 3 A units. Yeah, work this now in the class, children. Important. One of you explain the proof to me.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Who's this?
triangle AOB is a right. Ma'am, Srinivasan.
Yeah, tell me, Srinivasan.
Ma'am, triangle AOB is a right triangle, ma'am.
No, what kind of quadrilateral is ABCD?
Rhombus, ma'am.
What is the property regarding the diagonals in a rhombus?
Bisect each other perpendicularly, ma'am.
Very good. They bisect each other at right angles. When we say they bisect each other, what do we mean? That means AO is equal to
CO, ma'am.
and OD is equal to.
OB, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the property regarding the diagonals in a rhombus. All right, next. Yeah, tell me, how do we prove this result?
Ma'am, we take right triangle AOB and use Pythagoras theorem, ma'am.
Can I take some other right triangle?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can take any one of the 4 right triangles. You can use any one of the 4 right triangles. Anybody you can use. Yes, tell me. So first Pythagoras theorem, AB square is equal to AO square plus BO square. Next.
Ma'am, since diagonals are bisected, AO is AC by 2, ma'am.
Okay.
And BO is BD by 2, ma'am.
Okay.
And then while squaring it, we get AC square by BD. AC square by 4 plus BD square by 4, ma'am.
Okay.
And then when we bring 4 to on cross multiplying, we get 4AB square is equal to AC square plus BD square, ma'am.
Okay. Then.
All sides of the rhombus are equal, so we can write AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square is equal to AC square plus BD square, ma'am.
Which is the result which we had to prove. Correct. So we get on cross multiplying, we get 4 times AB square. We get 4 times AB square. That means AB square plus AB square plus AB square plus AB square. But since all the sides are equal, you can write AB as BC, this AB as CD, and this one as DA or AD. Hence proved. Yes, please work this. It's just applying the results we write using Pythagoras theorem. And what results you write using Pythagoras theorem is depends on whatever is to be proved here. So here we have to prove that in the first one we will have to prove that OA square plus OB square plus OC square. Minus OD square minus OE square minus OF square is equal to all this. So we'll write the results using Pythagoras theorem for OA square because OA is hypotenuse, right? Here we have OA square. So OA is the hypotenuse. OA is the hypotenuse. You can write OA square is equal to What are the two ways of writing OA square? What are the two ways of writing OA square?
OF square and AF square.
And the other one? OA square is also? OA square is equal to the other one. OA square is the hypotenuse in two right triangles. OA square is the hypotenuse in two right triangles.
OE square plus AE square.
Yeah, OE square plus AE square. You can write any one of the two. See, you should just make sure that you have these line segments, children. You must have all these. You must have in the three results which you're going to write. You're going to write for OA square, then you'll write for OB square, then for OC square. Actually, you can write OA square from two triangles, OB square from two triangles, and OC square from two triangles. Write any one here. Now, see, when you write OA square, OB square, OC square, you'll get these three segments, OA, OB, and OC. Then when you write is equal to, you'll be writing 2. So in all, you have 6 here. So somehow you should write so that you get all these 6, OD square, OE square. So see here, we'll just keep ticking as we get it. See here, first I've written OA square is equal to OF square plus AF square. Okay, so we get OF and let me just cross out. Okay, we have written OA square is equal to, ignore the signs, children, for now. OF square plus AF square. This is over. Next, we are going to write for OB square. We are going to write for OB square. OB square is equal to, where is OB? OB is here. OB is a hypotenuse in two right triangles. OB is a hypotenuse in two right triangles. OB square is OF square plus FB square. Or OB square is OD square plus BD square. OB square is OF square. But OF we have already written. OF we have already written, so we don't want to write that again because we've written already using OF square. See, I've crossed out. Please understand what I'm doing. OA square, what we've written is OA square is equal to OF square plus AF square. Now for OB square, this one for OB square, you can write two results. OB square can be written as OF square plus FB square. We don't have OF and FB here. We don't have OF and FB here. So we'll write it as BD square plus OD square. See here, BD square plus OD square here, OD square. So that's what we have written here. And finally, OC square again can be written in two different ways. But you write OC square using what is remaining, OE and CE. You write it using OE and CE. So you will get OC square is equal to OE square plus CE square. So like this, you must write these three equations using Pythagoras theorem. And when you write these three, you have 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. All those 9 are present here. All those 9 are present here. See if you can count here. There are 9. There are 9. We have 6 in the LHS and 3 in the RHS. Now add these three equations and transpose. You will get the result. Simply add these three equations, children, and transpose to get the result. First, we write the results using Pythagoras theorem. We write OA square, OB square, and OC square. OA square is this one. This is OA square. This is OB square. This is OC square. When you write all these three, you will see that we have included all these nine squares. Add them and transpose, because you want minus OD square, minus OE and minus OF. So just transpose OE, OD and OF, you just put it to the other side. OD square, and then what else? OD square, OE square. Take this also to the other side, and OE square. Take up this also to the other side. OD, OE and OF. Here it is, OF also to this side. Just transpose, children. Transpose and you'll get the result. Simply by transposing, we will get the result. Add and transpose. And for the second result, what we'll do is, for the second result, listen carefully. In the first one, we have written OA square is equal to, in the first one, we have written OA square is equal to OF square plus AF square. Write the other one here. What is OA square also equal to? Write that other one here. Write the other one here. The one which you did not write in the earlier one, write the other one here. See, we understood that OA square, OB square, and OC square can be written in two different ways. One way you've written here, right? Write the other way here. Write the other way. For the second result, write the other ways here for OA square, OB square, and OC square. See, children, I'm saying OA is the hypotenuse in these two right triangles. You can write OA square using Pythagoras theorem as OF square plus AF square or OE square plus AE square. So for the first proof, for the first proof, we have written 3, right? OA square is this one here. Write the other one here for OA square. We have written for OB square here. Write the other one for OB square. OC square, we have written one of it here. Write the other one here. OC square. Add these 3 results. Add these 3 results. And transpose. What to transpose? Transpose so that it looks like this one. It looks like this. So see here, you can transpose OD square. Take OD square to the other side. OE square to the other side. And OF square to the other side. So when you take these 3 to the other side, you will get OA square plus OB square plus OC square minus OD square minus OD square minus OE square minus OF square is equal to AE square plus BF square plus CD square. Transpose. Like in the earlier result, here in A, we have 6 terms on one side, right? See that you have the same 6 terms on one side here. In the earlier result, we had 6 terms on one side. Do the same thing. See that you have the same 6 terms on one side here. Is equal to AE square plus BF square plus CD square. Now, when you compare A and B, comparing results A and B, the LHS we have the same. So the RHS here is equal to the RHS here. For the second one, we write the other results using Pythagoras theorem for OA square, OB square, and OC square. We add the 3 results and we transpose OE square, OF square, and OD square like we did here. We transposed we did the same thing here. We transposed OD square, we transposed OE square, and we transposed OF square. Do the same thing here. Write the other results using Pythagoras theorem, add and transpose the same thing like you did earlier. Now in A and B, we have the same terms in the LHS. So the RHS is equal to the RHS. So like that, you get AF square plus BD square plus CE square is equal to AE square plus BF square plus CD square. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Any questions, children? Questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. All right, children. That's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you, children. Good night.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, the school they have given us some receipt of saying that which type of maths do you want? Basic level or the current one? Which one should I choose, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah.